Alright, I wanted to show you something that people do not do with music very often. Obviously, you've seen this before, so bear with me. This isn't it. I posted a bunch of these with different programs, because you can't get this one screen captured because Camera Studio sucks, but I posted a bunch of spectrographs or voice prints or whatever you want to call these over the last month or so, because I was briefly obsessed with them. And I'm going to show you an idea that someone in the DOS world had. It's basically kind of the opposite, and it's kind of cool to me. First, a brief explanation of how these things work. It's really simple. I'm going to pause this. I'm not like yelling over myself, but all this is a time domain view of a spectrum analyzer. A lot of us know what spectrum analyzers are. That's this thing here. And every time, you can't really tell, this song has a lot of bass anyway. You can hear, I don't know if you can hear it or not on the camera, but this continuous bass note that's going on is right here. All your lower notes are on the left side, and then again, this is the left channel, these are the lower notes over here, these are the lower notes on the right channel. Your treble is over toward the right. Bass, treble, mid, same as an equalizer kind of, except you're not adjusting anything, you're just showing what's there. So this thing up here is kind of doing the same thing. You got this line that scans across as the music plays, and, you know, obviously it's going to reach the end of the screen at some point, at which point it just starts over at the beginning. I've seen some programs that take the whole thing, the entire image is scrolling, so it's always drawing over here, but it's the same idea. And on these, the bottom, this is the bass notes, treble, mid-range, this is the left channel, this is the right channel. And again, I was obsessed with these things for a while. They do look cool. I'm sorry, I'm a geek. Anyway, so it's a pretty simple idea that if you can, obviously, if you wanted to, if you were creating music, you could decide where these lines are going to appear. You could put a certain note in there and just play it continuously, and you're going to get a straight line across there. If you put a beep in the middle of your song, if you go beep, then it's going to, wherever that frequency is, you're going to get a dot there as it's playing. So, if you mix a bunch of sounds together, you can, you know, turn on different spots and paint them different colors. And if you change those sounds over time, you can draw things with it. You don't see that done in music too often. I guess you'd have to be a really major, ridiculous computer geek to even care about that kind of thing, but I am. And so is this guy, DOJ. He's like a programmer and a musician. And I thought I had his program open here. We're going to show you an old program called Cubic Player. Electronic music before our loops got fruity, used these module files. And I'm racing my camera battery here. Programs, Cubic. Alright, and he created a song that goes with this program. Well, it'll play in any mod program, but Cubic Player is the only one I know that has this spectrum analyzer thing. As soon as I can find his program, he created this song called FLOWERS.XM, and what we were just talking about doing, he did it. And I'm not even in the graphical analyzer right now. I'm just trying to get set up here. Alright, we'll switch to graphics mode. But again, this is the same thing you just saw, Spectrum Analyzer. This is in an old DOS program. This is even before Windows. Alright, and I paused it. You've seen it as the song was playing. We already did a little bit of it. I paused it with this thing over at the left so you can see as much of the image as possible. This is the same thing. It scans across and draws, and it gets to the right side and it starts over. And I'm going to, because my camera battery is almost dead, I'm just going to skip right to the pattern in the song where it did it. And a pattern in a mod file is just a measure or a bar. It's one unit of the song anyway. Alright, and that pattern 26, that's hexadecimal, so it's not 26, it's like, it's 38. I think it's 38. 2 times 16 is 32 plus, yeah, it's 38. We're on the last pattern, which is where he did this, and I'm just going to let you see it, and then I'm going to go charge my camera batteries. Here you go. There you go. FLOWERS.XM, composed by DOJ, with an exclamation point after it. And that's the end of the song. Alright, I'm going to go charge my camera batteries. Good night.